Hello everyone, welcome back. So today we're going to be playing Vi. And we'll be facing off against the 10-star adventure from the Nightmares campaign. I put it up to the popular vote, and as of the time of this recording, the vote is tied between Vi and Viego. But since someone else had already requested Vi, I decided to do Vi first. Next week it's going to be Viego. And then the week after that we'll see. But yeah, we're going to be playing Vi. I have Vi at 6 stars. But even then, I don't think we're going to have that easy of a time. I just couldn't come up with a setup other than this one. It's like we take double Curator's Gatebreaker. We use we run these streets to buff up Vi in hand, and then we just drop down the Vi, and she starts an attack immediately with the cease and desists. The Curator's Gatebreaker proc twice, dealing the impact damage, and then she also deals her power as damage, and we hopefully kill the opponent in one turn, and then we just use the rest of the units to stall. But even then, I'm not sure. Like, Mystic Shot is a good card, but that's the only thing we can do on the first turn to keep control of the opponent's board to prevent him from just getting a massive amount of value off of the Time for Friendship. Let's see if we can get some decent powers that help mitigate all of my concerns. Sorcery can be one. With Sorcery we can go for a lot of spell casts, or a lot more than we would normally. If there's one thing you want to do in this deck is draw cards and play spells, or play cards in general to buff up the attack of the Vi with the Rundy Streets. So Sorcery helps with that, so let's take Sorcery. And then we hopefully get a champion that synergizes with card draw and or spell casting. Both will be nice. Keep the Mystic Shot. Eager Apprentice, Astute Academic. It's probably fine. We use the Mystic Shots to get rid of 2 of the opponent's units, and we can use the Astute Academics and Eager Apprentices for that as well. Let's drop down the Astute Academic first. It's fine. The opponent's Nexus only has 30 health, so once we reach turn 5 we can play Vi and safely kill it. The problem is getting there. Let's get rid of that Poro. If I get rid of the Jubilant Poro, it will buff the other Jubilant Poros. So let's try and get rid of the one Poro that doesn't have any other forms of representation in the board. Let's also get rid of the Zoe. The opponent probably doesn't have any more, or the opponent probably can't play any more units. Yeah, he's passing priority back to me, so this is safe. We buff up the Jubilant Poros, but it's okay. Let's discard the Gotcha. We won't be able to play it next turn. We'll just do this. We'll try to establish some jump blockers. The opponent actually goes for an attack right away. Didn't expect that. But it's okay. We can minimize the amount of damage. We're killing the augmented Poro, so we're safe on that front. We won't be able to worry about the or we won't need to worry about the opponent playing or proccing the Time for Friendship, but he develops another unit, so now we have to worry about that again. Hopefully we can make it so we I was hoping he would spend his entire mana pool. It's fine. Even if he procs the time for friendship once, we can just kill him next turn. Yeah. It's not going to be an extra keyword on all of his units that's going to save him from 18 damage twice. Actually, it's more than 18 damage twice, it's 21 thanks to the impact, because since Vi is technically attacking while striking, she procs the impact damage. That wasn't so bad. Spider Fang on the Daring Poro. We do have the Daring Poro. Not baseline in our deck, but we got some from the Poro cannon. Discard your hand, create 3 random cards in hand and grant them fleeting. That's not good enough. Let's take the Poro. I thought for a second about the that as a way to generate cards to play, but it just wouldn't have synergy for deck. This is an interesting way to win the game, but I don't think we can get to all of the world runes consistently enough. Something else is probably better, but none of these. Azrael, Sejuani, Spirit Blossom Mastery. Azrael at least gives us access to Static Shock. Static Shock's a good card, especially with this, giving it +2 damage. Print for Sejuani. Nah. I think it has to be Azrael. And then we just double down on Piltover and Zone as our region of choice. 2 slot bots. 2 spell chests. So then the question becomes, which encounter will be easier to deal with? Or which encounters, since it's not just the champion encounters that matter. I think we'll struggle against the Alpha Wild Claw, rolling every turn. So let's go for the left. We'll face off against Lulu and Zed. Daring Poro. We want to keep him. Not really. Let's keep the Chump Wump. It gives us spells to play. A bit underwhelming. We don't have Vi in hand. That means we have to hardcast the Mystic Shot here. So if we're playing Mystic Shot, I'm also playing the Eager Apprentice. If I'm playing the Eager Apprentice, I'd probably play the Poro Cannon. And if I'm playing Poro Cannon, I need to discard that, because there's no way I'm playing that anytime soon. Still no attack, or still no plays from the opponent. I can also just Static Shock, but I really want to get Vi in hand so I can start buffing her. Except I don't get Vi in hand. Why would I?
Wow, did you see that?
Just can't get things to be too easy now, can I? I guess I can just buff up the Azrael to the point where we can kill the opponent using the Azrael. Maybe. There she is. A little bit too late, if I'm afraid. 4 into 3? Probably. But this 3 is better than this one. Let's do the double mushroom clouds, get some cards out of hand, and think of how I want to block this. Probably like this. Just get rid of these two. Yeah, it's a fine block. We'll leave the Keeper of the Masks up, but we don't really need to kill it. In fact, we kind of want to keep at least one unit around. Oh, but the opponent's going to fill up his entire board anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Can't play the Vi this turn, so we have to wait for the next turn. Ezreal is still a ways off from leveling up, but I can play the Ezreal about now. Just because at least this way I can start proccing the Ezreal effect to get Mystic shots. Ooh, I just had enough damage. Elusive damage to boot. We out-elusive the Ionia. That normally doesn't happen. Normally Ionia is the elusive region. Ardent Sensor, X-Tech Transmogulator. It could be really funny to just X-Tech Transmogulator on the Poro, the Avalanche of Poros later on, but that's still a ways off. Let's not pick it up right now. Piltover Tailstones, Aftershock, Pokey Stick. We can do better than these options. Quicksand. Do I want Quicksand? I'm going to pick it up because it's flexible. Can use it to disable keywords of units that are important. And since we have sorcery, we can actually afford it. Yeah, let's keep the Vinddigger Apprentice. I still want more card draw in this deck. That's going to be a problem. I go Mystic Shock on the first or Mystic Shot on the first turn. I think so. And in that case, let's drop on the Daring Poro first. Work on getting it buffed up. Then we'll follow it up with a bigger Apprentice. We unfortunately don't draw a label spell. I can play it now though. Deal 3, 2 and 1. That's not relevant. At least I don't think it's relevant. I'd rather do this instead. Exactly trade with the Shampwomp. Can I kill the opponent with my next turn? I think so. We're dealing 17 twice. 17 twice is more than enough. For now we can do this, but once the opponents get more a larger health pool, it's going to be harder to pull this off. And especially against the last opponent, as long as he has a champion on board, he won't be able to die. Or he won't be able to take damage on his Nexus. Let's pick up Miriam. It's more card draw. Let's pick up a couple more rerolls. Lulu and Zed. Static Shock, something that can actually be playable on the first turn. You know what, I'll keep it alongside the Eager Apprentice. Can use the Static Shock to kill the Zed. This is 4 right away. This is always 2 mana or 2 spell mana. So I can play I have 6 mana. I can play 2 spells. Or a spell in the unit like Poro Cannon. I think I'll do that. Before I play the Eager Apprentice and follow it up with a Static Shock. No, never mind. The math doesn't add up because I don't have 4 spell mana slots. So I think this is my best option, unfortunately. The opponent will probably develop on the back of this. Yep. But at least it doesn't get to proc the power. This turn
You lost him again?
I can do Static Shock yet again. In fact, I can set up a kill on the Lulu by doing this. I am going to take damage here, but it's okay. I'm going to heal up after this encounter, so let's take some damage.
Oh, that's a good one.
Let's kill the Lulu like I wanted. 15 damage exactly. Yeah, the opponent just dies next turn. Now that he no longer takes off the damage from every source. There. The main problem is going to be doing this against harder encounters, especially against something like the Art of the Fluffed. Candlelit Prayer. It's more card draw, I guess. Make a meditation. Cut through Shot Barrage. We cut the Astute Academic. No, the Patrol Wardens. And I can't cut anything else, so let's see. We have Champion Item Chest, Smooth Soloist, Emperor's Guard, one Serie of Irana. I can go for another card cut and an item for my Vi, or I can hope for a good power on the Smooth Soloist. Let's gamble on the Smooth Soloist. Callous Bone Crusher and the other encounter can be problematic. Especially Callous Bone Crusher, because this encounter has access to units that have Overwhelm. But we just have to get lucky with our hits, I guess. And not get destroyed by units with Overwhelm. Can Static Shock first. Or I have to Static Shock first and then I Eager Apprentice. Can also do Candlelit Prayer. Yeah, let's do Candlelit Prayer.
Arda's gonna make a meal of him.
I thought for sure the opponent would have procced his power. I guess I was wrong. Well, it's kind of sad, but I have to do this. I'll save the draw for the next turn. We'll do Jump Womp. Or maybe I won't do anything because the opponent's attacking right away for some reason. I play 2 spells here, get rid of 4 damage. Or I play 2 spells here and get rid of 9. It feels bad because I'm not proccing the draw effect from the and the relic effect, but I have no better options. Strikes, yep. Let's discard this Ezreal. Let's keep playing cards. Next turn I kill the opponent with Vi anyway.
Would you look at
Can shuffle that one back into the deck. I have this one that's a lot larger. Yeah, you get the bird white buff, but I just kill you instead.
vicious? Justice is served. Face meets face. And that's a knockout.
You have 400 gold now after this encounter. Let's pick up more draw. 400 gold, yep. So we should be able to buy a legendary power here if we're presented with one. Shimmering Mirage. Yeah, it draws one card in and of itself, and it's also free. So sure. The 4 mana obliterate something is also nice, though. Maybe I could have gone for it. Faro Cannon, let's get rid of that, let's get rid of the Gotcha. Tiger Apprentice. Super Cannon. That way I can do Static Shock. The thing is, that's not really that great of a target, and neither is that. Guess I'll do this. Pass priority back to the opponent, maybe force something out of him.
We're taking it back.
Oh, that's better than nothing, I guess. Let's just do that there. The opponent has a 1-drop, so be it.
Gently, gently.
He actually has a 1-drop. I honestly didn't expect that. I'm going to let him have the board white buff. I have no other options. That's not really something you want to get rid of, opponent. It's not going to matter this time around,
Share the water's fortunes.
but in another time, in another place, it might actually matter
Sure, boss.
whether or not you get rid of the protection you have. Do I use the quicksand here? It's not. It won't do anything. Unfortunately, the treasure seeker has spell shield. Just do this. Keep buffing up the Vi. Next turn we win. There it is. Nice and simple. What power would I want here? Maybe the one that gives you more draw and makes it so discarded cards get shuffled back into your deck. Lonely Poro, Piltovan Tailstones. I'll take it just as a 1-mana 2-turret champion. As a worst case scenario. Early Bird, gearing up. Do I want to reroll into something better? Weakest follower from my deck, it would be the Daring Poro. Yeah. Don't really think we benefit from cheating out the Daring Poro. So it's either getting up or something else. Do I want to see what's behind door number 2? Yeah. Endless Wealth, Quick Draw, Duelist. Quick Draw is generally synergistic with Vi. So let's take it and see what happens. Maybe we can get some interesting pop-off turns off of it. I maybe shouldn't have kept the Astute Academic. I decided to do so against my better judgment. Well, worst case scenario, it will serve as a discard the outlet for the Poro Cannon. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Because I fully intend to use the Mystic Shot to get rid of that Irelia before it can cause me any sort of trouble. Defiant Dance. Well, at least you're not doing that later on. I can do Candlelit Prayer, I can do Ezreal, Eager Apprentice. I can do lots of things. Does the Azir that gets transformed into a champion spell keep its cost reduction? Because if it does, then this is the correct play. We develop Azir, we get access to a Mystic Shot, we develop the Eager Apprentice.
Wow, did you see that?
Ooh. Can Mystic Shot here. We'll get rid of that Poro.
Firing. I learned that in
Ooh,
class.
another Mystic Shot. We get lucky and hit another Mystic Shot off of this. We can potentially clear the opponent's entire board. No, we don't. But what we can do is this. Get a very big card while also refilling our spell mana. We deal 5 there. And then
Did that sound right?
how do I want to do this?
Excuse me?
Do I want to ensure that the Eager Apprentice hits? Yeah, why not?
Oh, that's what
Let's get some damage through.
I learned that.
The opponent doesn't even bother blocking, really. Well, in that case, let's throw that Mystic Shot at the Azir. Set up a kill next turn. Maybe with the Static Shock or something else.
Shurima is sand and sky, past and present.
Azir unfortunately levels up, but
The Yordle here's with me.
maybe it's fine. How many cards do I have in hand? 10. I would really like to get rid of the Azir, but maybe I don't need to.
The Emperor commands, the land obeys.
Okay, we need to get rid of the Azir. Let's do this, it doesn't matter what we pick, I just want to tutor into an Ezreal. I have no Ezreals in the deck. Why? Okay, I guess this is the only Ezreal I have. My bad. I thought for sure we had an extra Ezreal in the deck. Well, in that case, let's just do this. Get rid of the Azir. You can't replay another Azir.
Check me out. Firing.
Hang on, Zern.
Yeah, that's nothing. Those are just Poros.
You're between me and
Unfortunately, that 4 damage is not going to amount to anything relevant. And next turn we just drop down the Vi and kill the opponent. Vi is up to 21. It's going to be 24 times 2, 48 damage at least.
my way. Coming to save the day. Or wreck it.
Nice.
Easy. Like my name.
How long has this been going? Half an hour. I think that's the decent enough point to stop. We'll tackle on the next map next time around. None of these are that great. Dragon's Claw Vi makes it harder to remove the Vi, I guess, so let's pick it up. Yeah, we'll tackle the next map next time around. So yeah, that will be it for today. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye. Till then.